All right, so on this slide, you are working on rewriting 3200s in various types of expanded form. You're working on first writing it in decimal expanded form 2 different ways, and then writing it in fractional standard form in 2 different ways. So I'm going to use that number 23 that I used it as an example before and go over how to do the different expanded forms with that decimal number, all right? So you've got 23. Now the first thing I want to do is put that in 2300s, pardon me. The first thing I want to do is put that in decimal standard form. So I'm going to look at my first digit, which is a 2, and it is in the tenths place. So that in expanded form, I will pull out that decimal point 2, and then plus. And then I look at my second digit that is a 3, and it is in the hundredths place. So I'm going to say 2 tenths plus 3 hundredths. Decimal point 0, 3. So 23 hundredths is equal to 2 tenths and 3 hundredths. Now let's expand that out a little bit more. So we have 2 tenths here, and we're going to rewrite it in a different kind of expanded form with decimals. So first I'm going to look at that digit 2, and I'm going to think, okay, how did I get that 2 into the place value of 2 tenths? So first I had to multiply 2 times a tenth. So my first part is 2 times a tenth, which is decimal point 1. And I'll put my plus sign. And then how did I get 300ths? I had to take 3 and I had to multiply it to put it in the hundredth place value. So that would be 3 times 100th. Decimal point 0, 1. That is 100th. Okay, so those are 2 kinds of expanded form showing for this decimal number. Now let's talk about how to write this in expanded form as a fraction. So you've got 2300ths. If you wanted to write that decimal number as a fraction, you would write it as 23 over 100. All right, so let's talk about how to show that in expanded form. So let's see. First, we look at the first digit in the number. That is a 2 in the tenth place. So that would be written as a fraction as 2 over 10, 2 tenths. Plus, we look at the second digit. That is a 3 in the hundredths place. So that would be written as 3 over 100. That is how you write 300ths as a fraction. So this is the fraction version of the expanded form of 2300ths, 2 tenths plus 300ths. We can expand that out some more by looking at each digit and thinking, how did we get that digit into that place value? So I have my digit 2. What do I have to multiply 2 times to get it into the tenths place value? I have to multiply it by a tenth. Just like you practice with decimals, only for a tenth this time, you are writing it as 1 over 10 in the fraction form. Plus, now you look at your second digit, the 3. You write that, and then you think, okay, what did I have to multiply 3 times to put this digit into the hundredth place value? And you know it's in the hundredth place value, so you had to multiply it times 100th, which in fraction form is 1 over 100. So these are the two versions of writing 2300ths in expanded fraction form. Go ahead and work on 3200ths on the next slide and do the work in your notebook.